The topic for today is laws of indices. In the previous video I did 3 laws. Before that I must tell you what is index. Index is the power or degree of a variable, of a base. So the first law of index was when we have same base and different power we shall add the power if we have to multiply. Second law, if we have same base and different power and we have to divide, we will subtract the power. But the condition is that the base should not be 0, because if there is a 0 in the denominator then we have undefined answer. The third law was if we have a power m and there is another power outside, we shall multiply power with power. Today we shall do 2 more laws, law 4 and law 5. Law 4 is if we have a power n and p power n. Notice in this law you have power same but the base is different. The answer will be a cross b raised to power n. You can also use this law like this, that if you have a cross b raised to power n, you can write the power separately. Usually we don't use this sign of multiplication and we write it as an bn equals to ab power n, or ab power n, ab raised to power n is equals to a raised to power n, b raised to power n. So whenever we shall have the same index or power or degree, we can separate it or we can give it to different variables if there is a multiplication sign between. I have few questions related to law 4. If we have a cross b power n, we can separate the power as an cross bn. Here you have 3 power 7 and 8 power 7. You can bring it like this, 3 cross 8 raised to power 7, and even we can write it as 8 3 times 24 power 7. Here we have 5b4 power 3. Here we are also using law 3 here, and that is a power mn. Remember, it is a power mn. So 5 power 3 and b power 4 raised to power 3 will be b power 12. So our final answer will be 5 power 3 and b power 12, or we can even open it and we can write 5 multiply 5 is 25. 25 5 times 125, b power 12. Look at this example. We have minus power 5, you can have 2 power 5, c power 2 raised to power 5 will give you c power 10, and d power 5 times 25. Minus power, when we have odd power of minus sign, we will have minus sign. When we have even power of minus sign, we will have plus sign. We can also have this minus sign inside this, and we can write it like this, minus 2 power 5. So our final answer will be minus 2 power 5, c power 10 and d power 25. Few more examples using law 4, and in this law we shall also use law 3. You can see you have m power 2 n raised to power 4. So when you shall open m power 2 and n with 4, you will use law 4. But when you will open m2 with 4, you are using law 3. So here we have m power 2 4 times 8, n power 4 and m power 4 5 times 20 and n power 15. Okay, now we are again using law 1, that we have same base and power will be added. So m8 plus 20 will give me m28, and n4 plus 15 will give me n19. One more question using law 4. We have minus p power 7 q power 5 raised to power 2 divided by 3 p power 3 q power 2 raised to power 3. Okay, we have to open this minus p7 raised to power 2 q power 5 raised to power 2. This division sign I am going to make it a fraction. 3 power 3 p power 3 raised to power 3 and q power 2 raised to power 3. You can even directly open it. As you can see that minus p has a even power, so this minus sign will be omitted or skipped. We have p14, q 5 2 times 10, over 27. P 3 times 3 is 9 and Q 2 times 3 is 6. So now we shall subtract P14 minus P9, 14 minus 9, Q10 minus 6, Q10 minus 6 and over 27. So when we shall have P14 minus 9, that is P5, Q10 minus 6 is 4 and 27 is our denominator. After law 4 we have law 5, and this is the same as law 4 with the division sign, that if we have a over b raised to power n, we can separate the index an over bn. We can use this law in reverse order, that if we have a power n over b power n, we can use it as a over b power n. But with this law we have a condition that our b, our denominator, can't be 0. When I use law 5, we have 21 power 3 divided by 7 power 3. You can see the base is different but the power is same. So we can write it as 21 over 7 raised to power 3. 21 is in the table of 7, so we can have 3 power 3 answer if you have to give the answer in index form. If you have to give the answer in an integer, so you can have this 27. Another question related to law 5, you have 26 raised to power 5 whole raised to power 3 divided by 13 raised to power 15. So here we shall use law 3, we shall multiply power with the power, and we have 5 3 times 15, 26 raised to power 15 divided by 13 raised to power 15. Again we shall have same power, so we shall bring the power outside like this. 26 is in the table of 13, 2 times 26, so we have 2 raised to power 15 our answer, or we can take 2 15 times to have an integer. Slightly difficult question, we have p power 2 over q raised to power 3 divided by q7 over p5. Okay, first we use law 5, we shall open it, p power 2 times 3 using law 3, multiplying power with power, 2 3 times 6. But here we have q power 3 as it is, because when q has no power, it is having power 1. So here I have divided by q7 or p5. I am going to flip it, I am going to take the reciprocal, and I have changed this division sign into multiplication. Now I shall have p6 plus p5, because there is a sign of multiplication here, 6 plus 5. And q denominator with the denominator, q3 plus 7, that is 10. So my answer will be p11 over q10. One more question related to law 5. We shall use law 4 and law 3, obviously law 1 2 in it. This is 3x power 2 over x power 3 whole raised to power 3. So first we are going to open the bracket, then we are going to flip it, and then we are going to solve. Let's start. 3 power 3 is 27, 3 times 3 multiply 3 is 9, 9 3 times 27, x power 2 raised to power 3 power multiply power is 6, this x power 3 multiply 3, x power 9 divided by this 27, x7 over x21. So if I flip it here and I at the same time subtract 6 minus 9, okay, leave it as it is first, 7 minus 21. I have 27 x power minus 3 divided by 27 x power minus 14. Here we are also using integers. 6 minus 9, we shall have minus 3 because the number 9 is bigger and it has sign negative. Similarly here 21 has sign negative, so we have minus 14. Definitely this 27 will cancel 27. And we shall be left with powers only, and we have x power minus 3 minus 14. Why it is minus 14? Because when you have this minus 3 and when you have to bring this minus 14 in the numerator, you have to subtract minus 14 using law 2. So it will be basically plus 14. Two negative signs will give you a positive sign, and our final answer will be 11. As 14 is positive, so 14 minus 3 is 11, and this is positive 11. So basically there are 5 laws of indices which we have discussed in this video and our previous video. These 2 laws were in this video and 3 laws were in my previous video. Whenever we have base same and different power and we have to multiply, power will be added. And when we have to divide with same base, different power, power will be subtracted, and we will use the base ones. If we have a number with some base and there is another power on the top, we shall multiply power with power. Law 4 is for different bases but same power. We can give the power or we can separate the power with different bases, and law 5 is the same. It is with the multiplication sign, this is with the division sign. I have done few questions for every law here. In my next video you can see that I have done a few questions in which I shall use all the laws at the same time. Thank you.